wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Stop! You do not want to go to the Wizard of Oz. Hey, why not? Because he's a total fraud. And the Land of Oz isn't as happy as it seems. Just because the movie looks all fun and magical behind the scenes doesn't mean that there was a lot of injuries on set. That movie was quite terrible behind the scenes for all the actors and people involved. It's a miracle it was even made. The Wizard of Oz is a classic movie, and many people love it for its charm and lighthearted tone. The final result is a great movie, and it looks great. But it was a nightmare on set, as I mentioned before. And it had many issues. It's almost a wonder it even came out. Pretty much every single actor had a bad time from the movie. There's issues with how the studio treated actors and technical issues with makeup and other things on set. Alright, starting out with the Munchkins. They were basically painted as terrible and alcoholics. It was just bad-mouthing them the entire movie. But they said later on that they were just having a fun time on set, and it wasn't as bad as everyone was making it out to be. Plus, they didn't even get paid as much as Toto the dog. Alright, next we'll talk about the lion. His costume was made out of real lion fur and weighed like 90 pounds, so he was constantly overheating. But since his makeup was so intricate and time-consuming, they wouldn't let him get out of his costume. So he just had to bake. And the lights on set were for Technicolor, which means they had to be very bright to get the colors, which elevated the heat on set to over 100 degrees. So his costume would smell terrible because of how much he would sweat. And even some of the flying monkeys almost passed out from heat stroke. Next is the Scarecrow. He had to wear a mask for his look as a scarecrow, which this mask was so tight on his face that it ended up leaving marks around his mouth that lasted like beyond the time of the movie. Next, the Tin Man had aluminum powder in his face paint to get that metallic look. Bud Ebsen, the original actor, ended up inhaling it and getting hospitalized, and his face was stained blue. And then he was treated really poorly by the studio. They just basically gave him zero sympathy and told him to get back to work. And when he didn't, they just quickly replaced him with a new actor, who was Jack Haley, who appears in the final film. Next, Judy Garland was 17 when they filmed, and they wanted to make her look 12, so they gave her pills to slim up and made her wear a tight corset as well. She also had to take pills to either stay up for filming hours or to sleep when they wanted her to. And also, the director hit her when she couldn't stop laughing on one of the takes. Also, apparently, the Munchkins weren't completely innocent because some of them would reach up into her dress. And finally, she was poisoned from the scene with the snowflakes because they are made from chrysotile asbestos, which is basically a piece of asbestos getting stuck in the lungs and can lead to lung cancer and other lung diseases. And they've been putting bans on asbestos lately because it's so dangerous. And all the other actors in the scene were also exposed to it. It wasn't just her, but still it was really bad. Then finally, the Wicked Witch also had bad makeup as well. Her green makeup stained her face with the copper in it, and that when she disappears from the Munchkins, the stunt messed up and the trapdoor malfunctioned. She got a face full of fire and her prosthetics caught on fire and seriously burned her face. Then when they were trying to treat her, they had to remove the makeup, so they were scrubbing it off with alcohol on top of her serious burns. Then after that, they wanted to do more fire, so they had her stunt double do it, and she ended up in the hospital for a long time too. So it was generally all bad for the Wicked Witch. All in all, I think it was just really being shown that during the movie, MGM, the production company for The Wizard of Oz, literally had no care for the actors. They just wanted to finish the movie and would do whatever it cost to finish. But the movie wasn't even profitable until it aired on TV, and many people watched it. Alright, with all this in mind, I really feel like I don't have to go into how unethical they were and go into the specifics about why each thing is unethical. It's pretty darn obvious. Was it really worth it? All of that happening to get the fun, warm, lovable classic that we all have? I don't know. I'm happy we have it, but that really sucks. I'm just gonna note that if you literally show any sort of care for people, it's better than what happened there. And I'm happy that Hollywood is better now. Definitely nowhere close to perfect, but it is better than what it was. Anyways, I'll just end with this verse because this movie definitely shows how much we need love. This is how we know what love is. Jesus Christ laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for our brothers and sisters.